Hello, friends. My name is Maya Quillo, and today we're talking about Duchenne Muscular Dystrophy. DMD affects the musculoskeletal system, which provides a sort of central framework for the human body. We'll circle back to the functions of the musculoskeletal system a bit later, but a small piece of it is shown in Figure 1 of smooth muscle tissue. Let's get into it. Muscular dystrophies are diseases that lead to degradation of muscle proteins, resulting in limited mobility. The root cause is often mutations in the gene. DMD is no different. It's a genetic disorder that presents most commonly in males, and it's a pattern of inheritance that is X-linked recessive. Duchenne muscular dystrophy often occurs when there's a mutation in the DMD gene. This mutation will inhibit the production of a protein called dystrophin. So, what exactly is dystrophin? Dystrophin is a protein that is found in muscles that keep the cell intact. It is found in muscles that exhibit lots of movement, like skeletal muscle and cardiac muscle. Figure 3 shows where dystrophin would be found inside of the cell. Dystrophin is a part of the protein complex called the DGC, which is the dystrophin glycoprotein complex, which stabilizes the plasma membrane of muscle cells. What does the DGC do? It has two primary roles. One in anchoring the cytoskeleton to the extracellular matrix, or ECM, and cell signaling. The ECM is composed of lots of proteins and other macromolecules that work together to give structural support to tissues and cells of the human body. The DGC is a signaling hub that interacts with the proteins that send and receive signals for the ultimate goal, which is differentiation of muscle cells. Figure 4 shows the DGC and how it interacts with the ECM and other components of skeletal muscles. The DGC can be connected to topics 45 and 36 of our class. In topic 45, we cover integrins, which are cell surface receptors, basically meaning they play a big role in cell-to-cell binding and interactions between the cell and their ECM. Studies suggest that there is a complementary relationship between the presence of dystrophin and integrin in maintaining the functional integrity of skeletal muscle. In topic 36, we cover the principles of cell signaling. Cell signaling is cellular communication. Changes in cell signaling pathways can affect cell communication. So components of the DGC include docking sites for signaling proteins and specific signaling pathways for differentiation, which is when cells mature and have specific specialized functions. So, dystrophin in healthy individuals. Dystrophin is primarily located in the skeletal and cardiac muscles, but can also be found in the brain, particularly the cerebral and hippocampal nerve cells. In healthy individuals, dystrophin will work in tandem with the other proteins to strengthen muscle fibers. So muscle fibers are made up of the sarcolemma, sarcoplasm, and myofibrils, as seen in Figure 5. Dystrophin will also work to shield muscle fibers from injury and maintain the structural integrity of the sarcolemmal membrane. Why is the loss of dystrophin so bad? We recall that DMD is caused by a defective gene that leads to a lack of dystrophin. DMD affects muscles and will lead to muscular atrophy over time. Atrophy is a degeneration of muscle tissue. This is shown in Figure 7. Compare it to Figure 6, which demonstrates muscular hypertrophy, which is an increase in muscle mass. Common symptoms of DMD include frequent falls, which is caused by a loss of muscle mass and the gradual degeneration of muscle tissue, shortness of breath, which is caused by the respiratory muscle fatigue, and learning difficulties, since a lack of dystrophin negatively affects neuron function. Remember the musculoskeletal system from earlier? The symptoms of DMD affect the musculoskeletal system, which limits our movement, since the musculoskeletal system consists of our skeleton, bones, joints, muscles, tendons, and ligaments, all of which support the human body's weight, posture, and facilitates any movements we do. Figure 8 shows a zoomed out version of the whole musculoskeletal system. The movement of muscles is referred to as a range of motion. This is demonstrated in Figure 9, which shows a person raising and lowering their leg at different angles. Range of motion includes anything that causes our muscles to contract and relax. Examples include exercise, cleaning, walking, etc. People with DMD and a lack of dystrophin find these tasks incredibly difficult. Summary of what we covered today. These are my resources. I drew all images and diagrams, but the references for these are cited below. Thank you for viewing, and a special thank you to the Brandeis Library for research help and Dr. Myra for an engaging semester.